All right, don't forget to print out your sheet. It is AMRAP day. So it is time. Let's go ahead and get ourselves all warmed up. We have is our total body extensions. We have our side lunges. We have knee huggers and our squats. So let's go ahead and get ourselves all warmed up. Remember, you can alternate between your warm up exercises as I explain each of our exercises for this workout. Just alternate between about 30 seconds each for those. So let's get started. It is leg day. We do have three AMRAP exercise groups for you guys. It's going to be five exercises in each one of those AMRAPs. Each one of those AMRAPs is going to be 3.5 minutes. Remember, AMRAP is trying to get as many rounds as possible in that given time. So you're gonna go to top to bottom to those five exercises as many times as possible until that 3.5 minutes is over. You have 15 seconds to transition in between each one of those AMRAP groups. We're gonna go through all three groups, and then we're gonna go through all three groups again. So you're gonna have a two times of an opportunity to go through each of those AMRAP groups. So starting up with our first group, we have is our squat hops. So 10 total is gonna be the magic number for each of your exercises. Just think 10 total or 10 on each side. So squat hops. You're gonna get fully into your squats. Remember, you're gonna come up, extend your legs up just slightly. Still gonna keep your knees bent as you can get back into those squats. Otherwise, you can do speed skaters instead. Next up is going to be your cross balance lunges. Maybe you can hold your weight right in front of your chest. You can either do a 10 total or 5 on each side. So you're going to go into that lunge. You can either alternate between each leg, or like I said, you can do 5 on each side as you get those cross balance lunges. Otherwise, you can do twists instead. Your next exercise is going to be your touchdown squats. So remember, arms above your head. You want to get deep into those squats. Remember, you're going to get touchdown. Extend your arms above your head as you get those squats. Otherwise, you can do total body extensions instead. Next up is going to be your donkey kicks. So you're going to be that quadruped position. And we're going to keep your knee about 90 degrees. You're extending your heel all the way up to the top. Squeeze your glutes. You're going to do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other. Your next exercise is going to be your narrow squats. Remember, feet about 3 to 6 inches apart. You're going to hold your weight right in front of your chest. When you get deep into your squats, like I said, you hold your weight. Just make sure, remember, you get those hips all the way down to knee level in those squats. Otherwise, you can do cross country skiers instead. Your next group is going to start up with your sumo squats. So you're going to hold your weight, goblet style, feet wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointed out. Keep their chest forward. You're going to get deep into your squats. Squeeze your glutes up at the top. Remember, 10 reps. Otherwise, you can do cross-body mountain climbers instead. Say about 10 on each side for those. Your next exercise, if you have a platform, we're going to go into 2-year step-ups. So this one is me 10 step-ups. So you could either do 10 on one side, 10 on the other, or alternate between the two. Just make sure you're getting that heel onset platform. Squeeze your glutes up at the top. Like I said, you can do 5 on one side, or you can alternate between each foot. The main thing is you're getting 10 reps, 5 on each side for those. Otherwise, you can do power skips instead if you don't have that platform. Extend your leg out, drive your knee up at the top. You can get the hop up at the top, or you can go up to your tippy toes on this one. It's just making sure, remember, you're gonna do 5 on one side and then 5 on the other. Your next exercise is gonna be 10 total side lunges or reverse lunges. So this one, just like I said, you can alternate between the 2 or 5 on each side. You're gonna get deep into that side lunge. You're gonna come up, you can get right back into that side lunge, or you can switch sides. Just make sure you're getting 10 total reps. Otherwise, you can do reverse lunges instead. Alternate between the two, or you could do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Otherwise, we have your Heisman's instead. Your next exercise is going to be your hydrants. So this one, quadruped position. Make sure, just like in you're gonna do with those donkey kicks, you're just gonna bring your knees out instead of back, making sure you're squeezing your glutes up at the top. You do 10 on one side, and then you go to the other side and do 10 on the other. And then your next exercise is going to be your 10 total one leg reach out. So this one, you can use a platform for balance. The main thing is, remember, as you bring one foot back, you bring your arms forward into that reach out. You're gonna do 5 on one side, and then you're gonna do 5 on the other. Like I said, you can use that platform if you need to keep your balance. Make sure your toes pointed straight towards the ground. And then our final group, we're gonna go into our stationary lunges on the right side. Remember, right side gets deep into your lunge, making sure you're not locking your knees up at the top, squeezing your glutes up at the top. Otherwise, you can do high knees instead. And then you're gonna go into your left side of those stationary lunges. Squeeze your glutes up at the top, get deep into those lunges. Otherwise, you can do lateral fast feet instead. Your next exercise is going to be your glute bridges. So remember, heels on either on the mat, on the floor, or on the elevated surface. You can also hold the weight right on top of your hips. Squeeze your glutes up at the top, bring it right back down, making sure those hips do not touch the mat. And then your next exercise is going to be your straight leg deadlifts. Everybody use heavy weights with this one. You want to get deep into that deadlift. Your knees will bend, slight bend, push back with those hips. Squeeze your glutes up at the top. 10 total of those. We'll finish up with our speed squat. So everybody get deep into your squat. Come up. As you get deep into the squats, don't lock those knees up at the top. Otherwise, you can do side shuffles instead. All righty, guys. Get ready. And we're starting up with our first AMRAP group. We'll get this started in just a little bit. Get yourself in position. We're starting off with those squat hops, 10 total. Get ready. We get started in 2, 1. Here we go. And we're deep into those squats. Keep it nice and controlled. Land nice and soft with those knees. Remember, push those hips back. 6, 7. Remember, count all the way up to 10, 8, 9, 10. Next up is going to be a cross balance lunge when you finish those. So remember, you're gonna grab your weight. You're gonna hold it right in front of your chest. You can either do 5 on one side or alternate between each leg. Just make sure your knee stays aligned with your toes. You got this, guys. Keep it up, keep it up. Remember, 5 on one. Then you go to the other side. Get deep into those lunges. You want that back knee all the way down to the ground, but don't slam it on the ground. And you can also do twists instead. I'll show you those modifications the next time I do these exercises. Next up is going to be your touchdown squats. 10 total with those touchdown squats. Remember to come straight down, touch the ground. Extend your arms above your head. Keep it up, you got this. Burn up those legs, you guys. Stick with it, a couple more reps. Next up, after you finish those touchdown squats or total body extensions, you're going into your donkey kicks. Remember, you can also hold the weight behind the back of your knee. You're gonna squeeze your glutes, drive your heel up. Remember, 10 on one side, and then you'll do 10 on the other. Just stick with it, you guys. Remember, drive up with those heels. That's the goal. You want to keep your knee about 90 degrees. If you haven't switched sides already, get with it. If you're past me, remember, if you print out your sheet, make sure you're keeping track of your reps, your exercises. Give it up. After your donkey kicks, we're going to go into our narrow squat. All right, so this one, we're going to hold the weight right in front of your chest. Feet should be about 3 to 6 inches apart. You want to deep into that squat. You got this. Keep it up, keep it up. Keep fighting, keep pushing. You got this. Squeeze those glutes. Remember, we are warriors. We can do this. You have less than a minute before we move up to our next AMRAP. Remember, if you need to go to speed skaters instead of your squat hops, you can do that. Otherwise, you're going right to those squat hops. Speed skaters can be 10 total. So 5 on each side. You got this, you got this. And then if you need to do their twist instead of those cross balance lunges, remember, you're gonna squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're bringing that weight or hands behind your hips, touching your mat. Follow your reps with your eyes. You have about 10 more seconds, you guys. We are almost there. Finish up those last reps. You've got this. We have 15 seconds to transition to the next one. We have 3, 2, get that last rep, 1. All right. We're gonna go to our second group, starting up with our sumo squats. So get yourself in position. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, deep into that squat. Squeeze your glutes. Awesome job. 3. Remember, magic number is 10 with each of these exercises. If you need to go into crossbody mountain climbers instead, take the leg day part out. It's perfectly fine. Once you finish those sumo squats, you're going to go into the step ups. You're starting up. Remember, you can do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, or remember, you can alternate between each foot. The main thing is you're driving through those heels. Good job, you guys. We're doing awesome. If you want to push through, you want to fight. Stick with it. All right, one more rep. All right, after you finish those step ups or those power skips, we're gonna go into our side lunges or your reverse lunges. Remember, side lunges. You're gonna get deep into that side lunge. You can either do 5 on one side or alternate between the two. Just make sure you're getting deep into that lunge. There we go. Everybody go to the other side. Awesome job, everyone. Remember, stick to your form. Don't let up. After you finish these side lunges or your reverse lunges or your Heismans, we're gonna go into your hydrants. 10 on each side. Remember, quadruped position, just like the donkey kicks. You're squeezing the knees out this time. You got this, everyone. Just keep it up. Right through those reps. Push yourself. I want you feeling that burn. I want you all getting stronger today. All right, after you finish those hydrants, we're gonna go to those one leg reach outs. If you need that platform, keep your balance. You're gonna do 10 total of these. You're gonna do 5 out, bring it right back in. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna extend one arm out, 4. And then once you get it going, you can go fully into it. And then you're gonna switch sides. You're gonna come up, fully extend out, work on that balance. That's the main goal. We're strengthening one leg at a time. And then after those reach outs, we're gonna go right back to the top. Sumo squats. You have a few more seconds. 10 seconds remaining, you guys. Remember, no stopping until that final second. Until after that final second, actually. We have 2, 1. Awesome job, you guys. We're gonna go to our next exercise. Next group starts off with your stationary lunges on the right side. So get ready. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Remember, deep into that stationary lunge. She's going straight up and down. Do not lock your knees up at the top. And then we're gonna go to the other side after this and go to the left side. Well, what I like to say is the best side. Just straight up and down. Keep it in control. We're all dominating today. Leg day is the most important day of the week. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna build that strength. After you finish those stationary lunges, we're gonna go into your glute bridges. You can use an elevated surface if you have one. It's 10 total, just like I always said. Magic number is 10. Squeeze your glutes. Arm right back down. Make sure your shoulder blades get off the mat. Remember, the main focus on these exercises is your form and your muscles. You're not trying to focus on moving as fast as possible, but you want to move as strong as possible and get the most out of every single rep. Almost there. Stay with it, one more rep. All right, next up is going to be your straight leg deadlifts. So I want to see you grab those heavy weights with this one. Remember, you're squeezing, you're hinging at the hip. Make sure you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. Drive through those heels. Squeeze your glutes. Hit those reps. Stick with it, you guys. After you finish those deadlifts, we're gonna go into our speed squats. And our feet about shoulder width apart. Deep into the squat. Where don't lock those knees up. If you need to slow it down, to focus on your form, do so. Almost there, almost there. All right. Then instead of those, we're gonna back to the top. You do high knees instead of stationary lunges, do so. We're gonna do 10 on each side. Get those knees nice and high. And if you do lateral fast feet instead of your stationary lunge on the left side, out, out, in. 4 steps equals 1 rep. And then after those fast feet, you go into your glute bridges. Here we go, you guys. You can follow me if you lose your spot. Otherwise, stick with it. You should have your street printed out so you can have track of all your reps. They're on your glute bridges. You're squeezing your glutes up at the top. You got this, everybody. Keep it up. After those glute bridges, you have a few more seconds. Next up will be your straight leg deadlifts. We're gonna go back to the top first group. One more time through these 3 AMRAPs. First up, squat hops. Make sure you're ready. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Into the squat hops. You got this. Keep it up, keep it up. Once you finish those squat hops, you're going into those cross balance lunges. You can use a weight, you can go body weight. And if you need to alternate between this leg, do so. Just make sure, remember, you're keeping your knee aligned with your toe. Perfect. After those cross bounce lunges, touchdown squats. Remember, touch the ground. Sitting above. 2, 3. After those touchdown squats, we're going into donkey kicks. Remember, quadruped position. Squeeze those glutes up at the top. We're gonna do 10 on one side. Once you finish those 10, you're gonna go to the other side. Then we keep that knee 90 degrees. Keep it controlled. Form over speed. That's the method. That's the goal. Next up will be your narrow squats. Keep it up, you guys. Feet about 3 6 inches apart. Deep into the squats. Perfect, you guys. Remember, if you need to go to speed skaters instead of squat hops, do so. Take the leg day part out. The thing is going 10 total, so 5 on each side. And if you need to go to twists instead of those balance lunges, do so. Remember, follow your reps. We do 5 on each side. And then once you finish either your twists or those cross bounce lunges, touchdown squats, you need to do total body extensions. You can do that instead. You extend up, come to the top. You can do a hop, or you can do a regular one. Just make sure we are still working hard. You're giving everything you got. Keep it up, keep it up. You have less than 30 seconds. We're gonna be done with these exercises after this. We're gonna be moving on. Next up will be your donkey kicks. Stick with it. You have a few more seconds. We're down to 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more in there. Next up, we're starting off with those sumo squats. Remember, holding that weight goblet style. Make sure you're ready. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Remember, don't forget, 10 reps is your magic number. 6. Keep it up, keep it up. After you finish those sumo squats, we're gonna go into your step ups. You can also do power skips instead. I'm gonna show you those power skips. So you're driving up with your knee, do 5 on one side, and then you go to the other side. Next up is gonna be your side lunges or reverse lunges. I'm gonna show you the reverse lunges. So like I said, you can alternate or you can stick to one side. This is your choice. Stick with it. You got this. And once you finish either your side lunges or reverse lunges, we're gonna go into our hydrants. Quadri position, just like the donkey kicks. Bring those knees out. Oh, we've got this, you guys. Every rep, every second gets us closer and closer to our finish line. Next up is gonna be your reach out. I said 10 total, so 5 on each side. Then work on your balance. You can use a platform. Try to keep your toe pointed towards the ground. And then you go to the other side, you guys. You got this. You got a little bit less than a minute before we go into our final AMRAP. When you go back to the top, you do crossbody mountain climbers instead. Remember, wrist right below your shoulders. Going across your body. We'll do 10 on each side with this. Just like that. And then, like I said, either step ups or power skips, going back to the step ups, you guys. You either go 1 foot at a time or alternate between the two. Once you finish 5 on one side, you're gonna go to the other side. Perfect, you guys. That's how we do this. Once you finish those step ups, you're gonna go into either your side lunges or reverse lunges. We do side lunges this time. You got about 10 more seconds. Stay with it. You have 3, 2, 1. All right. Get ready. Final AMRAP, you guys. We'll get this started. Stationary lunges on the right side. We'll get this going in 2, 1. Here we go. Right foot forward. Deep into it. Squeeze your glutes up at the top. We are almost there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're gonna go to the other side. 2, 3, 4. You got this. Next up will be your glute bridges. Remember, heels on the platform or onto the floor. You can use weights to increase the resistance. Coming straight up with your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Make sure those shoulders get off the mat. Just like that, you guys. Next up is gonna be those straight leg deadlifts. Keep up that hard work. We're gonna grab those heavy weights, push back with those hips. Coming up, drive through those heels. Two more. Once you finish those deadlifts, we're going to our speed squats. Eight, 9, 10. You do high knees instead of the stationary lunges, you can do so. Get those high knees, 10 each side. And then we'll go to your lateral fast feet if you want to do those stationary lunges on the left side. Out, in. And then we'll go right into those glute bridges. Almost there, everybody. 2. Let's get these reps. Let's finish strong today. Let's be proud of what we did this morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you do this workout. I want you always giving it your best effort. 9, 10. You have less than 30 seconds left. Keep it up. Let's finish up with these deadlifts. Keep it up. You have less than 10 seconds. You got this. Almost there. Get that last rep in. We have 2, 1. Awesome job, you guys. Way to go. Let's get into our stretches. Starting off with your extended lunges. Bending about 90 degrees, backing about 90 degrees as well. Push forward with those hips. Squeeze your glutes. Lean your upper body away from your back knee. Take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. And then deepen that stretch as you exhale through your mouth. And then once you're ready, you can go ahead and release that stretch. Switch sides with your legs. Feel that stretch, you guys. Let's stretch out, take a nice deep breath. And once you're ready, we're going to release that stretch. We're going to our hurdler stretch. Seated position, one leg extended out, reach towards that toe. Feel that stretch. Word of the day is construct. Construct yourself. Construct yourself. Get these exercises in. I don't know what to put in for that word construct, but the word of the day is construct. You want to switch your legs if you haven't already. Feel that stretch out. Tomorrow is going to be full body day. The equipment for tomorrow, you will need weighted bag or dumbbells, elevated surface. If you have one for burpees, you go to mountain climbers, fast switch steps, and your lateral step overs. Also, quick reminder, tomorrow it won't be a recorded session. So it won't be no live session. It will be recorded for you guys at 4 o'clock in the morning. So make sure you're ready for that. Awesome job, you guys. I'm gonna give you guys high fives, air fives. We guys have a great rest of your day. See ya.